Welcome to this week's episode of It Is Chaile Time. My name is Tubinel and Tsepo Kanama. Tsepo, it's good to see you, man.
Good to see you too.
And what's happening? How was your week?
My week was good. I'm just looking forward to...
Don't say leave, because there's nothing.
No, I'm just looking forward to flying again to the Eastern Cape in the near future.
Okay.
But I'm busy with some sort of investigation because it seems like I'm going to throw the jurisdiction.
Why are you going down there? Is the CCMA case or what?
Yeah, it's the two CCMA cases actually.
Yeah.
On the 17th and the 18th. So I'm busy preparing for that. But I think the one for the 18th, I'm definitely going to throw a jurisdiction.
Why? What's happening there?
Because the person from our client side, the client cannot recognize the person in terms of working relationship. So as soon as that is finalized, and then I'll be ready for that.
Labor legislation only protects parties to an employment relationship.
Yeah.
And if you don't know the person, if they didn't work there, then, I don't know, then it's probably just like an opportunistic referral, or they just, the citation is incorrect, or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, jurisdiction. So today, what's happening?
Tsepo, today, the title of today's podcast is Operation Doom. Psst, psst, psst. I received a WhatsApp today. Oh, not today, this week.
Yes.
Activate Operation Doom. You know, it is so interesting. You know, Tsepo, this is now an employer. She's heartful of her employee. Now I get the WhatsApp. Activate Operation Doom. And it is so interesting in this whole conversation about capital on the one hand, which are the employers, and labor. It somehow all comes down to one thing, and that is that your own interest.
Me.
Me. But anyway, so in this case, so what I want to talk about today is just to help employers a bit, or not just only employers in terms of owners, but also if you're an HOD, like a head of a department, you're a manager that needs to deal with employees, just to prepare you in a little way about, or psychologically and emotionally, about dispute resolution. Because you see, Tsepo, you find, that's what happened a lot this week. Actually, there's two employers where they did not follow progressive discipline. They did not manage the employee. But now certain things comes to light, and now it's like, now, doom, psst, dismiss. I get contacted. How can we fire the person right now? And then I can sense, hey, but there's an element of blindness, of fury.
So it's all being heaven. Now, hell.
Yes. And now it's doom. Psst, get rid of the person. And you know what's interesting is, and this is where the emotional preparation is coming in, because sometimes when you're a business owner, you start a business, but your expertise is maybe accounting. Maybe you've been a CA or a financial director in a company. Now you start your own business. It's about the zeros, no? But you're not trained really in terms of labor relations. First of all, you don't know anything about the law. And secondly, that engagement, you know, the ability to sit with another human being and say, hey, sunshine, you're not performing, or you're misconducting yourself, or whatever the case may be. Or maybe you are a marketing specialist. Now you're going to start your own marketing company, but there is still the element of labor relations, you know, and how to deal with it. And you know what the thing is, I've trained managers over many years, and the thing is, a lot of managers or owners, they're not emotionally mature or developed to deal with dispute resolution. Okay? The ability to sit with somebody and say, hey, Tsepo, you were late. Let's talk. Or let's deal with this. They don't do that. Actually, a lot of employers and owners and head of departments, they actually get a knot on their stomach.
Okay?
When it comes to
facing all those
conflict, a lot of business owners don't know how to deal, and managers, you don't know, and you shy away from conflict. But you're going to have to teach yourself the skill to sit with someone, and we're not talking murder. I'm not saying you must really use doom and spray it on somebody. Dispute resolution, 90% of the time, is just the ability to talk to somebody. You get informal discipline and formal discipline. Most disputes are resolved with informal process. The ability to go to somebody is actually coaching and so forth. Just to talk to somebody, just to correct somebody.
So that they can see that in future this can lead into something serious if they don't improve how they do things or how they conduct themselves in the workplace.
You see, Giuliani, I can't remember his name now. Giuliani, he was the mayor of New York at the time of, the planes that went into the Twin Towers. And I read his book, and he actually said, he instructed his police force that if they see a young child throwing a stone through a window of an old factory that's no longer in use, there are many dirty and broken windows, but he just take a stone and he throw another one, arrest him. Because and this is the thing with dispute resolution also, and misconduct in the workplace, it snowballs. If that child don't have the conscience not to damage property that doesn't belong to him, 5 years later he's stealing a wallet, 10 years later he's raping a woman, 20 years later he's committing murder. So you actually save the life of a person by addressing the misconduct right in the beginning. And it's the same in the workplace. Misconduct can snowball and get out of hand. Why? Because of an HOD or a manager or business owner not having the strength and the ability and the willingness to deal with dispute resolution in the workplace. You may agree or not agree, but sometimes employers tell me there are theft in the workplace, but they can't prove it. They can see it in the figures, but they can't prove who are stealing. How do I deal with it? So I normally tell people, if you can't pinpoint the theft, deal with him in terms of late coming. And you know what the concept is? Let me explain to you the concept. It's not about the theft. It's not about the late coming. It's about we humans, we like water. We always follow the easiest route. So if you're in a company where there are KPIs and targets and you've got management that's on your case, you tend to perform. But if you're in a company where everything is just happy, go lucky, you tend not to perform. Okay? And this is the same thing with misconduct. When you have various forms of misconduct, it is because there's a lack of attention, there's a lack of focus, or staff just start doing things. It's like a person comes late today, nothing happens. Tomorrow the person is late again, but somebody else was also late. A week later, 2 people are late, 1 person didn't come to work. So eventually you have this massive issue. 6 months later down the line, people are stealing, not coming to work, they're late, all these kind of things. But if you consistently dealt with misconduct from a dispute resolution perspective, you first of all eliminate most of the issues. And secondly, when you do get a situation where you have to dismiss somebody, you've done all your groundwork already. So to come back to my story here. Now, I know this business owner a bit scared for conflict. So the moment I said, okay, listen, give me a list of all the things this person is doing wrong, I will draft up the warnings for you, and then you can sit with the person, explain, go through the process, Because either person will come right or go out. But anyway, so I get a message, another WhatsApp. No, I think what we must do is, I'm going to tell this person, I don't need this person full-time anymore. This person is going to work half a week only, meaning half a month. And then we're going to cut the person's salary by half. And then this person's going to look for a job and just leave by himself.
How did it get to that point of her now thinking, I have to cut?
The problem is, I feel uncomfortable engaging with the person in terms of conflict. You are doing something wrong, and I need to deal with you. Now, let me explain to you what went wrong here, okay? This employer found out that they have customers who have not been using their services, their products, buying the products for quite some time. And when she started following up, she came to realize that the reason being is because they've been placing orders with this person and this person is not following up. So now the customers have lost interest in the business.
Because no one is engaging with them.
No one is engaging with them. Now I can understand from an employer perspective, I can understand why they grab doom What's the other one? You get doom in
Diroach.
Bacon, Diroach.
Diroach.
I can understand they're preparing all these bottles now, you see. Okay? But the point still is, this person does not have the strength to actually, or the skills to engage the person by giving warnings and trying to resolve this matter. But it's easier to resort to devious tactics that will cripple this person. And I had to explain the element of constructive dismissal because this is exactly what it is. And I also explained to the person, from a wisdom perspective, what do you have? Now you are doing sanctions on this person. You're cutting this person's salary by half. That person is still a human being who still need to buy food and buy transport. And that person is not going to leave until that person actually finds another job. And this besides the legal complications of it, okay? So that person is not going to leave. So what's the person going to do? He's going to take it out on you. As an example, America throws sanctions at Russia and China. They are throwing sanctions right back.
Exactly. Trying to get back to you.
So they're going to get back to you. So you're now creating this toxic environment that's going to snowball and just get out of control. Yeah, so, well, that's just one example. I had another example too, another employer also, they are in the financial insurance business also this week. So twee vleie met een klap. Doom both ways, you see.
Before you continue.
Yeah?
Actually, this just reminded me on my days in the cinemas. I had a colleague who was so scared of customers. Like I remember it was Iron Man 3. The cinema was sold out. And then it's that, they call it ghosting, when you see a face of a person with 4 eyes and then the screen it's blurred and the customer came complaining. Then I'm like, okay, quickly go address the customers. I'll go upstairs and talk to the technical guys. She's like, I'll go to the technical guys. You go speak to the customers. So I think also people tend to be scared. But I went there, spoke to the customers, cracked a joke or two. Everyone was laughing, everyone was calm.
And you sorted the problem out.
Then the problem was sorted, technical guys fixed the lens and stuff. But the typical example I'm making is because some people are just scared of sitting in front of someone and then telling the truth.
Yeah.
It's just the truth. Remember, even with conflict, but it's the truth. You are not performing, you are doing bad. We're going to give you a first rating.
And do you know where you can practice? If you're a business owner, okay, I've got some advice to you how to practice talking the truth.
Where?
If you're a man, you can practice on your wife. The women don't have a problem with this normally. They will tell the truth to the husband. No problem. I hear the truth every day. You are like this, you are like that. No, there's no problem. The women don't have a problem. I'm just joking here. Okay, so, but if you men, try it. Look at your wife in the eyes and say, honey, please sit down. I do not appreciate what you did. And then run. It's a good practice. No, don't do that because you won't sleep.
Yeah,
you're going to sleep in the same bed.
In the couch or in the floor somewhere.
The couch, whatever the case may be. No, but the point still is, at the end of the day, if you're going to decide to have your own business, you need to upskill on multiple disciplines. You need to do the accounting, make your own coffee. I still make my own coffee. Our staff make you coffee, but they never make me coffee.
Okay, story for another day.
Okay, no, that's just another day. So, yeah, I need to make my own freaking coffee, I'm telling you. You need to learn how to do marketing, sales, PR. Fortunately, from our side, we know how to do labor law and these kind of things, but most employers actually don't. If you have an SME or so, you actually need to learn dealing with staff. Staff is become probably the issue that's going to be most in your face every single day, and you can't just shy away from it, okay? And also from a legal perspective, when you do get to the CCMA, for most misconducts, they want to see the warnings. It's not going to help you just send a WhatsApp, Operation Doom. Anyway, so now I wanted to start talking about another client now this week. I've got the general manager who's in the insurance industry, a lot of incidents, gross negligence. There are financial liability claims now against the insurance, the company. So now this general manager was booked off sick, valid, authorized, medical note, no problem. But the owner, they are like shaking. It's like, I don't think Doom, probably Bazooka or something is what they want. Okay. And they actually every day WhatsApp me, but can't we get rid of this guy?
They just want to see the problem disappear.
Yeah, and then I'm like, I have to explain the process. Okay, can't we send him a charge sheet now, and then let him come in while he's sick, and then we can do the hearing and fire him? So I'm like, audi alteram partem, a fair opportunity to make representations. The guy is sick, he cannot make representations. You need to wait until he's back. Okay, so what we'll do is, he's coming back on that day. On that day, when he comes back, we'll charge him and do the hearing and fire him. No.
Everything at the same time.
You must investigate, and you must give reasonable opportunity to prepare. But it's amazing how employers just, the person must just vanish.
You're a magician. You can make it happen.
Yeah, but this is where we explain to employers, listen, and I've actually explained to both of these employers, listen, calm down.
Yeah.
When you are angry and taking this personal, you're going to make mistakes. Now, yes, business is personal. I get it. I'm a business owner. It's personal. But you're going to have to calm down. You're going to have to look at it objectively. You're going to have to investigate properly. People lose cases because they don't investigate properly and they are emotional. Long time ago, I worked for a company, and the group HR director, I had a case where one of the managers under me, I was a branch manager, and the manager under me, she did so many things wrong, and the site was in uproar. In front of me, she was all nice and friendly, but when she was working and I was off, for instance, she will harass the staff, and the staff was on uproar. And I was just like, what the hell? When I see her, she's fine. When I'm not here, it's just like chaos, and she's always denying everything. So I had all these issues, and this HR director said to me, Toby, you're a scattered brain. You're all over the place. Choose the one battle you're going to win and only fight that battle. And I can see this with this one employer now too. That charge sheet, there are 5 charges on. And even after this charge sheet's been issued, but can't we add this charge? Can't we add that charge? Can't we add this charge? And also this. And there's like an extra 15. And now he's starting to mix performance issues with misconduct issues. It is just such an issue in this company's mind. So my message is calm down, do your investigation properly, and take it from there. But what's interesting about this case is we charged the person, and that very evening, and that another doctor's note came through, booking him off straight through the time when the hearing was supposed to take place. So yeah, it's interesting.
It's getting back to the employer.
It's now getting back to the employer, you see. But at dispute resolution, you need to be prepared for that. When you take your employees on, you may get a lawyer letter back.
Yeah.
And you see, it's happening. That's what dispute resolution, I suppose, is about. It's about the interest of people. But you can't shy away from it either, because then you get to Operation Doom WhatsApps.
Yeah.
Eventually, and then you contact us, and we need to go get we need to get a sniper and. That's when you. Now, sometimes people say, I don't care about hearings. No, really. Sometimes people are like that. I don't care about hearings. When I'm walking here tomorrow,
I don't want to see this
the
person.
person's gone. That's when you have a meeting with the person, you put your glasses like this and you say, darling. Now, I'm going to give you a tip here now. In those circumstances, what you do, you say, Madam, I've got 2 doors for you. The one door, I'm charging you, we put you in a hearing, and probably you will get dismissed. Maybe you go to the CCMA, you win or lose. Arbitration is with prejudice, there's an arbitration award, but your future employer is going to phone you and I'm going to send them all the arbitration award. Now, if you won the arbitration award, it will still say you full of shit.
Because your name is there.
But the commissioner will say there's not enough shit to justify a dismissal. Yeah. But it's still be in there. And what do you think that employer is going to think? Even if you won the case, what do you think the employer is going to think? Your future employer. He's going to say, this one is a troublemaker. No?
She even wins at the CCMA.
She even wins at the CCMA. Right? No, I'm going to employ this one. Because you see, arbitration is with prejudice now. But there's a second door. If you resign, Your record is clean. We have a nice cup of coffee, we smile a bit, joke a bit around, you go, no problem. Then you resort to those tactics, but the people's going to cruise. I hope there's no commissioners listening to these podcasts because
they're going to say you're forcing people to resign.
Yes, yeah. But you know how it works, the CCMA. You said innocently, no, I didn't do this.
Yeah, because people tend to say, yeah, but they forced me to resign. It's like the case I did a few days ago. You know, the way he was treating me, it was not, I'm like, this one she's spoiled, this one.
Forced to resign. When they say words like this, forced. They have a gun against you. I forced you. I'll take your arm and...
I'm like, no, this one, she's spoiled. The way she was saying things, and I didn't take them into consideration. The charge sheet was even changed. More charges were added. I'm like, but we are here now with the current charge sheet. So she also went with that. Yeah, but they were forcing me to resign, and I'm like, I'm not going to take that.
Yeah. Oh, but just to wrap up here quickly, in terms of fairness, just to recollect a bit, business is personal, I get it. And sometimes employees do not deserve to be employed at all, I suppose. But at the end of the day, it's more beneficial to work on a good culture in a business where there's respect for others, human dignity, no unfair discrimination. And when there are incidents, calm down, man. Just take a breath. Okay? And if you can, don't you get involved in the investigation at all. If possible, but not always possible. But investigate properly. And a wise man one day told me, do not ever investigate a person. Investigate the incident. Because if you investigate a person, you are so narrow-minded and focused on this person that you can lose context. There may be other people also involved, okay? So calm down, do your investigation properly, and start developing your techniques of stomaching up to deal with people, to talk to them, to give them a warning, and actually deal with it. Otherwise, misconduct is going to snowball. And the reality of the matter is doom doesn't help for snowballs.
Yeah, doom doesn't. It's not the answer.
It's not the right way to do it because, yes, it becomes legally complicated.
So what you're simply saying is that from day one, let's play by the book.
Focus on coaching. Yeah. Focus on the informal discipline. Don't ignore stuff. And yes, sometimes formal discipline is necessary. Do the warnings. Talk to people. Look them up. Go cry afterwards in the bathroom if you have to. But while you're sitting there, do your thing, It's going to help you legally once you want to do the doom thing, okay? But also, it's probably the right thing to do because a lot of employees now, they actually don't know what they're doing wrong. And you think I'm joking. They actually don't. Let's just be honest here. A lot of times now, employers employ a new employee. They don't even show the poor person where the toilet is. You have to figure it out yourself. The very next day, the other staff were like, this one is not going to work out. When I started here, I was thrown in the deep end and I had to swim. Now everybody must swim.
No.
Eh?
No, not everyone.
You don't give people a job description. You don't give them the KPIs. You don't actually sit with them and explain to them whether they're performing or not. Probation. Ja, toch, né? 3 months probation. No job description, no KPIs. At the end of probation, sorry, you were not performing, hey? Like, person's like, what? Me? I thought I was doing a great job. So employers don't do this. Sit with the person, job description, KPIs, sit and do the performance review. If you misconduct yourself, do the warning thing if you have to. Maybe first informal discipline, it always helps. But if it gets to that stage, do the warning thing. Sit with the person. This is really a parting comment. Okay, so it's costly to keep on recruiting staff.
Yeah.
Because the problem is now you get rid of that person. Hey, now you get a new person. You don't know what you're getting. Then you have to keep on firing staff. So if you as an employer are actually diligent and disciplining your staff, you may actually keep them on the narrow road, which is mutually beneficial to both people. And that's ultimately what you want. You want to have a successful business, isn't it?
But do you think now your clients get it, that they do get the fact that doom is not the way to solve it?
A lot of companies actually do. I must say, a lot of companies, they understand the processes and so forth, but a lot of companies don't. Especially if you're SME. If it's like a one-man show, you've got like 2 or 3 employees, whatever the case may be. See. Doom. We must call ourselves Dr. Doom. Anyway, Tepo, that's all from us. This week, and thank you for watching. And
don't forget to like and subscribe.
The like button, and there's a subscribe button there.
Any comments?
If you have any comments, put your comments in. It's nice, and see you next week.